Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm giving you guys another Q&A for today. Weekly Q&As, yada yada yada. You know all that stuff. Plus, bonus thing. I don't know if I'll do a separate video on this. Probably when it comes closer I'll do it. I booked the flight and the hotel room, so it's pretty much guaranteed that I'm going to be at the Tampa Comic-Con, Tampa, Florida. So if you're going to be there, well, you'll probably see me. I'll be there every day. So that's something to look forward to if you're going to be there. I mean, don't go flying out just to see me. I don't think anyone's gonna, but, you know, just something to let people know with. Also, a couple of the other guys are going to be there, but I'll let them tell you if they're going to tell you. Otherwise, we'll keep it a secret. But do you ever dream of winning the lottery? I mean, I think everyone really does, to be quite honest. That's kind of a stupid question. What would you do with your millions? Live cheap and save a lot of it. Because they'll tax the hell out of that. And I don't want to be spending all of my money. You know, that's just not I'm not about that life, to be quite honest with you. By the way, Ask FM finally returns the option to view how many questions you have. And then it says I have 10,671 questions. Don't think I'm ever going to answer them all. Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta versus Super Baby Vegeta. I think hands down Gogeta, especially if you're talking about... I mean, definitely if you're talking about the GT Gogeta, it's not even a close fight at that point. Mr. Gohan versus Legic. Honestly, Goku had to what? It was Super Saiyan 1 or 2 to beat Legic. You're talking about Goku, whose bare minimum base in GT is as strong as Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But there's even evidence to support he's around Gotenks level. Plus Super Saiyan to beat Legic. I probably would honestly give the edge to Legic, but Goku didn't have to try hard to beat Legic after going Super Saiyan, so it could go either way, but maybe Gohan in terms of tactics, but that's a tough fight. I really can't say. I think they'd be pretty close, just based on the scaling, because you got like a big gap there, and you got to kind of estimate where they would fall, you know? I think Black is a demon. Do you agree? I mean, I don't really know because we don't know what he is, so. Will Goku ever use the Spirit Bomb again? One more time, I think. Just one. Remember your girlfriend Molly from high school? No, I didn't have a girlfriend named Molly. This is the best time to be a Dragon Ball fan because we got Dragon Ball Super and a new arc, Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and Xenoverse 2 coming out this year. Well, it's funny because this is kind of how it was last year with Resurrection F. Actually, last year was honestly even better, I feel like, even though we have this new arc. Last year we had Xenoverse, Resurrection F, and Super. So I would say that's, you know, and Abridged. That's probably a bigger year. Even though Xenoverse 2 is going to be a better game, this new arc of Super is probably going to be the best one yet. So, you know, who knows. Why is Sonic X so similar to Dragon Ball Z? Sonic and Shadow can... I guess Sonic and Shadow can go Super Saiyan, and Shadow is similar to Vegeta. Did the Sonic get their ideas from Dragon Ball Z? Well, I don't know about Shadow, but... I mean, Super Sonic's obviously taken straight from Dragon Ball Z, so... Why do they call Sonic a hedgehog when he looks nothing like a hedgehog? Couldn't tell you. Ultimate Perfect Cell versus Superman Prime. Ultimate Perfect Cell. We all know this answer. Come on, guys. Who is faster, Supersonic 9 or Ultimate Perfect Cell? Ultimate Perfect Cell 9 quintillion times the speed of light. Oh, easily Cell. I mean, he's invincible. What does geekdom look like? Human. What the fuck happened to your long mustache? I don't really think... I didn't have a mustache, really. I have a beard. Where's the money? In my wallet. Come get it. People be wanting to fuck Bulma, but those eyes But those eyes fell... I guess it means feel strange. Okay. Your opinion's wrong. That's what I say. Do you think Black will fuse with someone to combat Vegito if he returns? And that explains why the Omni King gets involved, because they are messing up time and space. It's a battle that surpasses time and space. That's definitely not the worst theory I've heard of her. It's not as bad as Black being Goten, that's for sure. Do you guys honestly think that's worth doing a video just saying that that's a really bad theory and idea? Because it's not just targeting a theory. It's something that has, I don't know who started it, but it's something that's consumed the community, and a lot of people are starting to actually believe as truth rather than rumor. And I feel like it's something that needs to be addressed. So I don't know if you guys even think that's worth a video. I don't know myself. I don't really think... I honestly don't know. That's why I need your fan feedback for that. You know, the 3 people that'll probably give me feedback. Maybe there'll be more than 3. I don't know. The Z Fighters Cell game saga versus Future Perfect Cell. Me and Mike did a video on how strong is Future Perfect Cell, and I don't think Future Perfect Cell is any weaker than regular Perfect Cell. I don't think the power of the androids really mattered to how strong he would have been. But the one thing you would have had to look at is the fact that he absorbed less humans. But I think that Goku still wouldn't have been able to beat Cell. Given that Cell was about 50% stronger than Goku at the Cell games, I still don't think a Future Perfect Cell would have been able to... would have lost to Goku. Future Gohan from the manga versus Cooler. Assuming you mean Final Form Cooler, not Meta Cooler. That's a very tough question, and that's really difficult. Because in the manga, we know that, you know, Android 17 in the future wasn't even using 50% of his power. Or he was only using about half his power to fight Gohan, really. That's really tough. I've always power scaled this with Quinn, you know, Kwamen. I kind of feel like Future Gohan was probably around. If Goku was 150 million on Namek, I'd say Gohan's right around that level, honestly. Based on how Trunks got in strength, and then how Trunks performed against Goku on Earth, you know, in the sword fight, even though it wasn't a real fight. Trunks was trying a lot harder than Goku was to, you know, in that little scuffle. It wasn't a real fight, obviously. It was a test of strength. But I'm just saying, there was different levels of percentage of power used, I suppose. But I could see Cooler winning, and the reason is because in the movie Cooler's Revenge, movie 5, I believe, where Cooler fights Goku, and Goku goes Super Saiyan, then beats Cooler pretty easily. That movie is set after the Frieza saga, and it could be looked at as a scenario where Goku never learned Super Saiyan, because that's when he uses Super Saiyan later on. That's not exactly clear cut. You could say that. Regardless, though, I still would like to factor some sort of a Zenkai boost after that. Goku didn't really go to Yardrat, or it's after his trip to Yardrat. That movie literally makes no sense in the timeline. But I want to say Goku had some sort of a Zenkai boost. So I think if that Goku would be stronger than Future Gohan, I would say, in my honest opinion. So I could see Cooler maybe being able to be a match for Gohan, but I feel like Gohan still could win, honestly, especially due to tactics. I think Cooler might have him on the power level, barely. If not, they're very close, and if they're very close, I think Gohan takes the cake. That's my honest way to say that, and, you know, Cooler's one of my favorite characters in the entire series. My favorite movie character, for sure, but, I mean, I'm not gonna make up shit just to make Cooler win, you know? If he just probably can't. It's possible, I mean, it's not impossible for it to happen. I'm just saying, like, it's hard to dissect. They would be very close, and that's why this person picked them to fight, I'm assuming. Jocko versus Raditz. I've thought about this before. Raditz, I'd say. I mean, Jocko's probably got a power level around 1,000, maybe, but Raditz is just going to be higher than that. I feel like Raditz is probably a better fighter. He's got those energy attacks, so Jocko's got his gun, but Jocko was running away from all the Frieza soldiers, too, who are probably weaker than Raditz. Is Super Saiyan Blue a multiplier on top of Super Saiyan 3 like 4? Or is it just a SSJ with God Ki plus a boost in power? Well, it can be looked at either way, because Super Saiyan 4, even though it's 10 times Super Saiyan 3, it's also 4,000 times base. Now, let me break this down. Super Saiyan Blue is a amplifier of Super Saiyan 1. It's Super Saiyan 1 with God Ki. It has nothing to do with 2 or 3. 2 or 3 are just extensions of Super Saiyan 1. And so, in a way, Blue is as well, but in a different sort of tier, if that makes sense. Super Saiyan 4 is not necessarily linked to Super Saiyan 1 in a transformation sense. They have to have Super Saiyan 1 to go Golden Uzaru. But Super Saiyan 4 is a new, true transformation. Just like Super Saiyan God was the red one, and normal Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 2 and 3 are just powered up forms of Super Saiyan 1. That's what Toriyama says, and it makes sense. So, both can be, math, you can do it either way. You could say it's a multiplier of Super Saiyan 2, it's a multiplier of Super Saiyan 1, it's a multiplier of Super Saiyan 3. You could look at it like math like that either way. But it's an extension of the first Super Saiyan form. And I guess, really, Super Saiyan 4 is and isn't, because you need Super Saiyan 1 to go Super Saiyan 4. But it is not directly tied to after that, it doesn't seem. It's base form, multiplier. It's base form, and then you transform into an entirely new thing. It's not like Super Saiyan 3 where you go base form, and then you go Super Saiyan 3, but you dial it, though you can dial it back to those other modes. You can't dial Super Saiyan 4 back, it's its own thing, if that makes sense. Super Saiyan Blue in the tournament, the Universe Tournament, we saw that they're linked to Super Saiyan 1. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan, then he goes Super Saiyan Blue. So, we kind of see that link there. That's probably the best way I can offhandedly, without looking at anything and just kind of giving you guys my direct opinion, that's the best way I can describe it. How strong do you think Gotenks' base is? I personally believe he's mid to low Super Saiyan 2 range, even before the training. Probably not as strong as Majin Vegeta or Goku. Maybe in the mid SSJ2 range, like Teen Gohan or Cell. I wouldn't put him weaker than adult Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. How about you? After training, he's stronger than Majin Buu. It's pretty heavily implied that he's stronger than Fat Buu. Before that, it's kind of, estimated to be stronger than Majin Vegeta already. Gotenks is very, very powerful, and a lot of people, you're not too far off before the training, I will put them above Majin Vegeta, but if you're going to put them around, let's say, a mid Super Saiyan 2 level, that's fine. After the training, though, Piccolo even says, he's probably thinking more of the Fat Buu, but in the manga, he says they might not even need to transform to win this fight, and then he gets hit by Super Buu and says, well, maybe he will have to transform. But that kind of tells me that Piccolo had the idea that he'd be able to beat Fat Buu after training, and judging by Piccolo's jaw dropping on how powerful Gotenks got in his base, then I think it's very likely he could have beaten Fat Buu in his base after the training. How strong is Broly if he trained? I don't know how you honestly expect me to answer this question, because I really can't. I couldn't possibly answer this. I really couldn't. Who is Harold? Is it Mike's boyfriend? Yes, and Mike is the girlfriend in that relationship. I believe Vegeta has never achieved Super Saiyan 3 because he knew the drawbacks of it. That's a popular theory. Whether it's true, we don't really know. Because at the time of Dragon Ball Super and Battle of Gods, Vegeta went Super Saiyan 2. I don't think he even knew Super Saiyan 3 yet because he couldn't learn it. I don't think he took the proper training to do it. The drawbacks of all those forms, Super Saiyan 2 and 3, weren't really... Toriyama said, after Battle of Gods, Goku realizes the drawbacks of Super Saiyan 2 and 3. I understand that he knew drawbacks of 3 in the Buu Saga, but I'm saying this is where he figured out that he shouldn't use those forms at all. I think that kind of goes for Vegeta as well. That's just my opinion, so I just don't think... I think after that Vegeta didn't learn it because he didn't want the drawbacks. But before, I just don't think he ever could learn it, I just don't think he had the proper tools to train in or really work towards it, The time chamber with Gotenks is like a different thing. It's a completely different environment, the year of training. I don't think Vegeta's he didn't take the time to work on the one transformation. Maybe it was because of the drawbacks. I don't know, because the thing is that Goku, over the course of the Buu Saga, only got about twice as strong in his base. He took a lot of that time learning Super Saiyan 2 and 3, not really focusing on his base. So I think that's kind of how that training works. Gotenks, I don't really know. That whole part doesn't make sense. He got way stronger and he learned Super Saiyan 3. So you got me there. So I guess you could do this and say, he didn't want the drawbacks, but I just feel like he didn't learn it just because he couldn't. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying to knock Vegeta down either, because I like Vegeta. He's a great character. He's one of my favorites. But it's just, the way I feel about it, my honest opinion. That's what you get on the channel. You don't like my honest opinion, you don't have to watch. That's as simple as that. Why does everyone like the mushroom? Because he's a fun guy. I feel like I really should just end the Q&A off on that one, honestly. Can Gogeta fuse with Vegito? Or Gotenks, or vice versa? With Potara earrings, I think so. Because the Potara would take over and basically create an entirely new being again. But with a fusion dance, that's complicated because there's limits on that. So I feel like that might not work. But maybe for a 2 or 3 minute video, hey, I don't think anyone's really done a video on it. I could be the first. Not that I'd say I'd have a guaranteed answer, but something to do, I guess. Legendary Super Saiyan 5 Ragor versus Whis. I couldn't care any less, to be honest with you. I don't care about AF. I'm sorry, I don't read it. I read it for that video I did a while ago, and I just can't really do it anymore. It's not good. Do you think if Xeno ever interrupted Champa, could have... Do you think if Xeno never interrupted Champa, could have killed Hit? It's implied that he was gonna, but I don't see how Hit would have been weaker, you know? It doesn't, the power scaling doesn't make any sense how Hit or Goku are weaker than Beerus and Champa. Doesn't make any sense. I have no idea. I was reading up on Superman Prime, and he is as overrated as Broly. The most he can do, can't do most of the feats. People say he can lift the Omniverse or give life to the dead. He's just a regular Superman with slightly enhanced power. From what I've seen of him, he could still wreck all of Dragon Ball. I wouldn't really know because I just say what I've heard. I haven't read up on him, so. Is Black Goku really future Goten? Absolutely not. Does Mike really hate Broly fans? Not really. I don't really think he even hates Broly. I just think he hates that people think he's a great character. I don't think he hates Broly, though. He just hates people overrating him, which is what most people hate. Would first form Frost be above all the Buu forms? No, not above all of them. Third form, you know, the Assault form would be. But I don't think first form at all. Maybe above Fat Buu. Black Goku versus Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Slash Vegeta or both of them? I don't know how you expect me to answer this because we don't even know how strong Black Goku is, so I can't even put my opinion on this. I don't care what anyone says, but Broly will return one day. In video games, sure. He sure will. Broly second coming versus Super Perfect Cell versus Deborah. Triple threat match. Who would win? I think Deborah would beat all of them. That's just my honest opinion. Combined with the spit, and combined with what Vegeta or Goku was saying about his power, and then saying he's even stronger than what I thought he was before, combined with the fact that Gohan was a Super Saiyan 2 when fighting Deborah, I just feel like Deborah, and that fight in the manga was so short as well, it was only a few pages, I just feel like Deborah, especially with the spit, you know, would beat them all, honestly. And everyone knows, you should know, Cell's my second favorite character. Trust me, if I could put him out there and say he'd beat them all, I would, but it doesn't matter. He just can't. I truly think Deborah would win, though. Do you never watch Dragon Ball again or go near the franchise for $1 million? Or would I? I don't think I could. Like, I could obviously not do YouTube, even though I love doing this stuff, and I mean, I like making money too. You know, being honest, but for $1 million, I feel like, you know, I couldn't live without Dragon Ball, you know? I couldn't take that. Sounds crazy, I just couldn't do it. It's my passion. Plus, I'd have to throw out all my figures. And I love the games. Base Vegito post Universe 6 tournament with God Essence versus Golden Frieza. Vegito, hands down. If Broly's father, Paragus, didn't try to leave New Planet Vegeta without him, do you still think Broly would have killed him? It's interesting because we see that Broly doesn't hate his dad, but he does hate the fact that he's restricted. Before he got restricted, you know, there's that scene where he's kind of like, you know, they seem like they had a connection. It's tough to say. I think he probably still would have killed them, honestly. I think there's a lot of remorse that the anger really would have brought out, to be honest. There's something I never got. If Gohan is 20 times plus stronger than Goku, Super Saiyan 3, how come Gohan got destroyed by Hirudegarn where Goku held his own? Goku kind of knew how to defeat Hirudegarn. Also, the movie writing is completely different from Toriyama's writing. Toriyama did not write the movies, so you're looking at a completely different writing team. This always goes back to the thing where people compare GT characters to like Super and stuff. You're looking at so many different factors, like terrible feats in GT. They just don't show them off. Different writing teams, all sorts of things that you have to really consider. And for this one, it's just bullshit. That's all I can say. But I think that's pretty good for now. That's a good place to end this Q&A, I think. Yeah, I was looking at the time. I wasn't sure how long we were doing this for. It's like 20 minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoy this Q&A. You can ask questions down below in the description. AskFM/Dragon Ball Nation. It's in the link down below. But other than that, hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, and do not forget to comment your thoughts on future Gohan versus Cooler. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.